His will. Turn to something, His will. His standards. Say His standards. It's actually the pursuit of righteousness. To acquire and to be hungry for the character of God, so that we can stand in the presence of God. Amen. Amen. Some people seek God for other reasons, and they fall apart. Because no man can stand before in the presence of God with the wrong motive and be healed. Because they're wanting God to confirm their own image instead of comforting by His image. Amen. Amen. You know how many times I cried out, God, I need money. God, I need an apartment. God, I need my kids to listen. God, I need a good church. We treat church like salsa and chips.
Yeah, that's true.
I like the chips, but I don't like the salsa. Oh, we're going to another church. I don't like that they didn't bring chips in this church. At the other church, they showed my kids Disney movies. What are you after? Are you hungry to learn?
Yeah.
God will maintain. That means, put in the message Bible real quick. Watch this. Verse 49. Listen. Verse 49. Message. It says, listen from your home in heaven to their prayers, desperate and devout, and do what? Turn to someone and say, what's best for you?
What's best for you?
Not what I want, Pastor Joe. What's best for you? What's best for you? The discipleship classes. Yeah. What's best for you? To show up on time, because you're going to show. I don't care who doesn't show up on time. I'm going to be here when the doors open because the presence of God is there. I'm going to be a man or a woman of integrity because I'm not going to, well, they show up late, so I'm going to show up late. They don't listen, so I'm not going to listen. They don't raise their hand. Listen to me. I come into church, and I love the worship. I'll come in here, and you'll hear me. I'll put my hands up. I'm dancing. One time, I almost fell right there, right back. Because I come in here, I need to connect, man. One time I came up here when I lost my brother, and I came up here and I cried. Mocos and my family was up here crying. They're like, what's the matter with them? I'm entering in.
Yes.
And I know at least one of you got my back.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
So I'm going to let myself be stripped. I'm going to let myself go crazy. I'm going to get into it. Come on.
Yes. Yes.
If I could do it in the club, come on, somebody. Some of you guys used to shake the steak leg back in the day and thought you were getting down, amen? If you could do that there, I could do it here. Turn to something, I could do it here. Come on, somebody. Because God is going to bless me right where I'm at. Where are you at? What are you fighting for? Some of us fight to stay the same. Turn to someone and say, not the same. See, we should fight to be conformed to the image of God instead to our own. There's always a risk. Turn to someone and say, there's always a risk.
Always.
Don't let the risk stop you. Nothing is perfect. In any major decision, you're going to have casualties. There's risks involved. Depending on what God called you to do, the enemy's not just going to let you walk in and take back what he stole from you. There's going to be disappointment. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be strain in relationships and friendships and family. Some people are going to get mad at you. Some people are not going to be able to stand you. They're not going to invite you to the next party.
Come on now.
You can lose your job. You can go broke. You can lose your place.
Come on, sir.
You could have to live in a van on the side of the beach. Hello, somebody. Turn to someone and say, it's okay. Because God won't let you down. Amen. Is somebody hearing me today? You might be in the doghouse for 4 months, hermano. That's all right. At the end of it, she's going to love you and respect you with a godly love. Come on, somebody. Because the end result when we pursue God is the will of God. What is the will of God? I'm losing time. No, you're not. You're getting prepared for the rest of your life. Come on, somebody. Amen. Nothing's perfect. All these things happen anyway. Say anyway. Even if we don't pursue God. Come on. Because problems have no respecter of persons. But just because you have problems, you don't have to stay stuck. Turn to someone and say, move forward. Stay on course. Amen? We have to prepare. We have to plan. We have to meditate and get the mind of God on it. Whatever the risk is worth it. Turn to someone and say, worth it. Jump in. Some of us just need to jump in. Listen, can I tell on myself? I'm not perfect, guys. I went to work yesterday and there was clouds up in the sky, and I tore a roof off. And I don't work on Saturdays because my Saturday is for my family. I made that decision a long time ago. My Sunday is for God. I don't give those times up. I don't. Because God promises me rest. He's my Sabbath rest. And if I do what I have to do, He'll take care of the rest. Amen. But I had to work because I opened the house up and the clouds were up there. And I was worried about the clouds. I said, man, am I going to have to cover this roof up? I'm not done yet. Big job. And I sat back and I said, God, help me out here. I need you to push these clouds away. It doesn't even show it's going to rain, but what am I going to do? Right? And a song played. God controls the rain. I'm thinking, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. So I went and found a big old tarp and I put it up on the roof. And I heard another song says, God's in control of the weather. I didn't hear it. I put the tarp up, I nailed it down, and the sun came out. I was like, thanks, Dad. I stressed out for nothing.
Goodness.
Amen. God's going to do what's best for you. God's going to do what's best for you. God's going to do what's best for you, but you have to seek His presence. Turn to someone and say, seek His presence. You have to jump in. Turn to someone and say, jump in. Sometimes the most effective thing and beneficial for us is to take a step back. Because you're juggling everything. You have all these high standards from everybody. And it feels crazy. Everything's coming crashing down on you. How many feel like that right now? What on earth am I going to do if I take a step back? But what's in dire need for you to understand is you need some clarity. You need some space. You need to catch your breath. You need some energy, because the consequences of not doing that is worse. See, you coming today, you took time. Turn to someone and say, take time. You took time to be in the presence of God. Being here today is the best thing you could have ever done. You could have been all over. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. You're here today. You know how many people are at the lake right now? Don't remind me, Pastor. Come on. I was in Moreno Valley. There's a lake right there. There was like, man, I want to say 30 boats that passed by. Right, Richie? I was thinking, where the heck are they going? Well, I didn't know the lake was right around the corner. And I was thinking, man, the first thing the devil said, you don't have a boat. You're not vacationing. You're at work, mental. See? You're supposed to, you didn't go to school. Come on. Come on. Look at you. Working hard. Working hard. The man in the house told me, you know what? This website took my business from thousands to when I made my first $1 million. And the devil's like, look, where's your $1 million? Even though the website says I make $2.5 million, don't believe it. Or do I? No, just kidding. This way. But I wasn't there. I missed the mark. I wasn't in line. I wasn't smart enough. All these kinds of things started coming up. Come on. And I stepped back and I said, no, I am a son of God. I have a future ahead of me. God has His hand over my life. And He's going to do what's best for me. Turn to someone and say, He's going to do what's best for you. We need clarity because we need to create change. We need to set new goals sometimes. We need to stay on top of it because it's always best to back up and say, God, what do you want me to do? Colossians 1:27. Let's go through real quick. Colossians 1:27. Colossians 1:27. Turn to somebody and say, go in.
Go in.
Go in. We need to go into the presence of God. Listen, it says, to them God willed to make known what are the riches of the glory of His mystery among the Gentiles, which is, turn to someone and say, Christ in you. Come on, turn to someone and say, Christ in you. The hope of glory. Go inward. We're looking for the answer from some kind of job. We're looking for it from some kind of environment. We're looking for it from some kind of community event. We're looking for it at a job fair. When in reality, the answer's on the inside of you if you will start using the word that God has placed in your heart. God is in you.
Amen.
Come on. God's in you. Turn to somebody and say, God in you.
God in you.
Get a revelation of that. I had a man tell me, how do you do what you do? Because God's in me.
Amen.
Why are you taking a risk? Because God's in me. Why are you not afraid? Because God's in me. When I lost my son and I was in church the next service, a man walks up and goes, how do you do that? I said, because God's in me.
Yes.
Amen.
And I need help just like you. Why don't I put anything else in front of him? Because he's in me. And I know that because he's in me, everything that's in me can produce something on the outside, amen, that makes my life better.